Welcome to another Bitcoin video, and this is probably one of the most and the craziest and the most important Bitcoin video I have literally ever made, because what is currently happening for Bitcoin is something I've never ever caught on camera before since I started my YouTube channel. Bitcoin is right now up over 20%, basically 17% right now up in the last 2 days alone. What right now is happening is absolutely crazy. I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know about Bitcoin, why we are pumping, what's happening with the ETFs, what is our next target, should you go long or short right now. I'm going to give you guys my own trade, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why I was actually wrong yesterday. So yesterday, of course, I was telling you guys that we were probably going to see a really big crash. And you might think, well, that's really weird because we saw a massive pump. And that is completely and utterly true. I was not expecting this massive pump yesterday. Yesterday, I was actually filming this video right around when we're trading at these candles right here. We were forming this candle right here yesterday. We just started forming this candle because I created the video really early, and we were still here at massive resistance, and we were creating a head and shoulders patterns, triple tops, everything. That's why I was actually telling you guys that Bitcoin might go on for a pretty big crash. However, the exact opposite, unfortunately or happily, happened because I was a little bit wrong. I was not expecting such a massive move to the upside, and that's why I'm simply wrong on this trade right here. Luckily, we didn't actually take a long trade. I was only saying that there was a chance that we were going to go down, so I didn't lose any money, luckily. And of course, I also told you guys in my video from yesterday that if we did decide to flip $31,300, I was immediately going to long. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm right now in some good profits. And I'm going to show you guys my next trade already. So yes, guys, right now I'm in another trade. We can see right now that I am down about $128. However, I will continue adding margin because Bitcoin is right now, in my opinion, looking quite bullish. That's why I'm currently in a new longing position. I already took a long from about this level to this level, was a small scalps long, and now I'm in the next long position, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why I'm in a long position right now and what you can expect for Bitcoin, because why are we actually pumping right now? Before I do that, however, if you right now go to the first link in the description, you can trade with me over on Bybit, and you can literally claim a $1,000 USDT airdrop completely for free. It's a giveaway Bybit is currently hosting to my audience, 5 times 200 USDT airdrop giveaway, and currently I don't have a really big following on Twitter or on YouTube, meaning that there is a really big chance that not a lot of people are going to enter into this giveaway, meaning that you might win once or maybe even twice or 3 times if there are just not a lot of participants. So yeah, the chances of winning are right now really high, so go check it out. It's literally a free $200 at least if you do decide to win. That being said, why is Bitcoin pumping so much right now, and why was I not expecting this? Well, it's all because of the news, and of course we can't predict the future with news. We just randomly get news, and you don't exactly know what news is going to drop exactly when, and I was not expecting this. However, the ETF hype just went absolutely crazy the last few days, especially because BlackRock also came out with news yesterday, and that's actually what caused that pump from $32,000 to $35,000 last night. It's because BlackRock just told the SEC that they will start buying Bitcoin. They literally told that right now, and that is why maybe a small portion of this Bitcoin pump is also led by BlackRock buying. BlackRock said to the SEC that it will seed its spot Bitcoin ETF in October in preparation for approval, which is also really bullish, meaning that they will probably expect that it's going to get approved. They are expecting that it's going to be approved, and this literally means that they are right now buying the underlying asset for the Bitcoin spot ETF, which is of course Bitcoin. So they just said a few hours ago, basically last night, they literally said that they were going to buy Bitcoin live on camera, which is extremely bullish, which caused that massive massive move to the upside. Then we also have some new developments with the spot ETF. The spot ETF is 100% going to come right now. It's so freaking close. Once we get a spot Bitcoin ETF from BlackRock, we are going to send to 38k immediately, but more on that in a few seconds. Because yesterday we also saw that the BlackRock Bitcoin Trust has been listed on the DTCC, which is basically an ETF tracker. It's freaking bullish. We can see the ticker of the BlackRock Bitcoin spot ETF will be IBTC. Of course, the iShares Bitcoin Trust is BlackRock, and this is just another step closer to the Bitcoin spot ETF approval. That's why Bitcoin, we saw just this massive freaking pump for Bitcoin, and why it's continuing to pump. And I actually still think that the top is not in, and that we are potentially going to do something like this. So that's what I want to talk about right now. What is Bitcoin now going to do? Are we going to go to drop down? Are we going to move even further? And I will answer that question right freaking now, because it's actually quite obvious what Bitcoin is right now going to do. And this will literally change everything for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin just went from this range right here, where I've been trading in for over 200 days, and we finally got into a new range. Even yesterday we were still trading in the same range, but luckily we finally got into a new range, and that range is between $31,000 and $38,000, which is really important to note, because $38,000 is where we have massive resistance. And right now, of course, we are going to flip. If we do decide to get to $31,000, we are going to flip it into massive support. So that's of course going to be extremely bullish. But that does mean that we are right now in a new consolidation phase. And right now, what I am expecting for Bitcoin to happen is that we are going to slowly pump a little bit to the upside again, potentially to around $36,000, touch the lower side of this green box, and then just slowly go to the downside, upside, downside, and then there is a really big chance that we are simply going to consolidate right here into a new consolidation phase, just like we can see right here, because Bitcoin will not go up forever, of course. Bitcoin always needs a little bit of consolidation, and sometimes a lot of consolidation, just like we saw right here, before it can finally pump into new highs. So that is exactly what is probably going to happen. It's quite obvious that that is right now what is going to happen. So yeah, I'm not expecting any crazy moves to 38k anytime soon. However, over the next few days, probably till the end of the week, we can see Bitcoin slowly curling up a little bit. And that's why I'm also right now in this Bitcoin longing position. Right here we can see that I'm still in it, and we are probably going, I have a take profit right here at $36,000, because that is around the bottom side of this green box. If we look at this chart right here, we can right now see that we perfectly broke out of this massive consolidation phase, like I already said, and that we are, I immediately flipped long once we broke this level, because once we made a new yearly high, it's quite obvious that Bitcoin would have gone a lot higher, and that's why you didn't want to short. And if you did try to short it, what I actually also tried, that you want to at least have a stop loss just above the yearly high. If we look at this chart right here, then I'm going to show you guys right now why $36,000 is probably going to get touched, and why we are probably going to see a pump towards that level. So yeah, right now what is happening is we saw this massive pump, of course, and right now we're seeing a little bit of consolidation. We can see a small dump to the downside. However, this dump is not that big at all. It's like a 2% dump, which is really good you want to see. We just saw a 16% move for Bitcoin, and we only dumped 2% in the hours after that, which means that this pump is actually really sustainable, and that we might grow up a little bit higher. Because right here on Binance, OKX and Bybit, we created this massive wick all the way to $31,000 on the $36,000 here on the Fractal Futures contracts. And we all know what's happening with big wicks we tend to see is that we fill them up. Because the last time we saw such a massive wick was, of course, because of the spot Bitcoin ETF approval, which was right not approval, but the fake spot Bitcoin ETF, of course, approval was right here. We saw this massive wick, and I was literally telling you guys right here that we're probably going to fill up that wick, and it perfectly happened. And that is right now why I am also thinking that Bitcoin is at least going to 36k. 36k is right now also a massive area of resistance, and I'm going to show you guys why in just a second. And that's why I think there is a big chance that we are probably going to do something like this, just slowly curling up. I'm not expecting any big candles anymore, because the volume, of course, went crazy yesterday, and right now we are probably going to get somewhat of a cooldown. But yeah, we are probably going to go slowly up from here. If we look at this chart right here, we can see on the 1 week chart that $36,000 is our weekly resistance right here. And if we extend this line a little bit, then we can also see that this previously acted as a lot of resistance as well. That is why I currently think that 36k is going to be touched in the next couple of days, or maybe even the next couple of hours. That's why I have my take profit over on Bybit, of course. First link in the description if you want to trade with me. That's why I think we are going to go right there right now. And then if we look at this chart right here, then I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of months, if we look a little bit into the future, that like I said, we are going to do something like this. Touch 36k, come down a bit, touch the top side of this level 38k, and then come down, up, down, feel the CME gap right here. And then we're already trading in May of 2024, and we have already gotten the spot ETF, which is probably going to send us to 38k. And then we are probably going to head into a bull run, and once we break 38k, the bull run is there, and we can expect new all-time highs very soon. But yeah guys, we still have this CME gap right here, so I would expect that we are still going to feel that in the next couple of months. I'm not saying that we're going to go there tomorrow, also next week, maybe even not next month, but eventually we are probably going to get that filled because of a liquidity sweep. Then if we look at Bitcoin right now, we can see also that Bitcoin is right now eyeing for a spot Bitcoin ETF approval all the way at the 10th of January. Before that, we are going to get an approval, but it's probably going to take a few more months before we get the actual approval. And all this Bitcoin spot ETF hype caused this massive pump, but in the next couple of weeks, we are going to lose a little bit of that hype, which is why I think we are going to see a massive consolidation phase again. And yes guys, right now on the 5-minute chart, if you want some insight on what's going to happen in the next couple of hours, then I right now still think that we are creating a little bit of a cup and handle pattern. And that's why I have my take profit on 36k, but that's already like I said. So that's currently everything I have for you guys right now. Bitcoin is pumping like crazy. And yes guys, even though I was not expecting this pump, I of course still have a shitload of Bitcoin, or not an entire Bitcoin, but I do have a big portion of a Bitcoin right now just sitting in my spot wallet. Also some Ethereum and some altcoins that of course are still doing quite good because of this pump to the upside. So yeah, even though I was not in a long position and I was not expecting this pump, I still made a shitload of money yesterday. So yes guys, that's everything I have for you guys right now. If you learned something from this video, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel guys. We are right now growing like crazy. We have 440 subscribers. Just a few days ago I was under 400, so we're growing absolutely like crazy. So I'll genuinely appreciate it if you're gonna like this video and subscribe to my channel. Maybe we can hit 500 subscribers this week. That being said guys, I hope I will see you in my next YouTube crypto video.